Who are you?
My name is Bond.
I am Groot!
Hello! My name is Inigo Montoya.
I am Steve Rogers.
Spartans!
Damn it, what do you want?
Wanna play psycho killer?
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
E.T. Home phone.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is, of course, the Feel Better show coming you live in your ear holes all across the world. I am, of course, the podcast mogul Feel Better. With me, as always, is the pulp culture expert, the man who knows so much about pulp culture that we can only wish we had a modicum of his knowledge. Aaron Talks Films. Aaron, how are you doing today?
My brain is so heavy, Phil. I can barely keep my head up. Just with
You
all
make
of this
Brainiac seem small.
Yes. I'm not even going to complain anymore about you putting me up on this big, huge pedestal. I'm just going to have to roll with it now. No matter how many times you say it, I'm just going to ignore it now. Thank you, guys. It's an honor and a privilege. Thank you. But yeah, I'm just going to roll with it now. But I'm good. How are you, Phil?
I'm doing awesome. You know, it's a long week, you know, another week, another crazy thing. And we got some big things coming in a couple of weeks for us. Anyways, when this episode drops, it's going to be a little later. But like last week's episode was a banger. I know you've listened to it and you're a little jealous, but it's fine. It's okay. You can't always be on all the episodes. I had a special guest. I'm not going to spoil it because you still don't know who it is. You don't know who it is. You don't know who it is.
I know who it is because...
No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't know for sure, do you? Did I say it was that person?
No, but I remember his background, his bedroom, or whatever room it was that he did this in, and you may have covered his face up, but you didn't cover the background up, and I remember that background, so I'm 99.99% sure that it is that person. If it's not, I obviously can't remember what his bedroom looks like.
Yeah, maybe not. Anyways,
I don't like this game, Phil. It's
I know.
very upset.
I love this game because it's so much fun. Because I can do magical things now. I have so much power. But no, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much always for tuning in. We're climbing the charts actually in Ireland. I'm surprised we're not anywhere in Britain, but you guys are a larger island. But Ireland, we're climbing up there. So I want to thank all my Irish family out there. You guys are great. Please do share the episode with your friends and family. Tell them that we're the best Canadian version of people in the world. Yes, I know there's a Brit on the show, but it's okay. It's Canadian produced. So please, I love you all.
It's Canadian owned, Canadian produced.
Yeah, it's Canadian everything. So
yeah, I just here for the
he
right.
works for me.
Yeah, I just kicked out the other Canadian, so I took his spot.
Yeah, like the Brits usually do. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about a movie that's probably already come out by the time you guys listen to this episode. It is Spider-Man Far From Home, right?
No, it's not.
That's not Far From Home. What is it? No Way Home. So yeah, it's Spider-Man No Way Home. It's only in the last few weeks of recording this episode that we've gotten so much publicity about it. And
which
obviously
I have completely ignored.
Yes, I was bringing that up. You're doing abstaining, similar to one of my favorite podcasts, one of the podcasts that I admire back in the day. My good guy Scott Martin. Oh God, I blanked on the name of the podcast, but definitely will probably pop up. But he, him and his buddy, one of them wouldn't see any of the publicity for the film before they would go into it.
Yeah.
So Scott would see it, and his buddy would not see it. And so when they come watch the movie, Scotty would kind of already know what's going on, and the other guy was like completely blown away because you don't see everything, right?
That's quite an interesting dynamic, actually.
Right, and it's so great. And I'm trying to get Scott to come back, but he's now a big time radio guy. I know I got you back from the radio, but it's crazy I was chatting with him. He's like, "Oh, I have to go live soon," and I'm like, "Send me the link. I want to hear you." And it was so weird because I'm so used to hearing him, with his buddy chatting about movies, and then hearing him like in a professional radio, because it was like a live, like the morning show, because it was morning in Australia at the time. They were doing their morning, and then it ended, and then I heard him doing the filler times, because he's still low guy on the totem, but he was doing the filler between the kind of the shows. So he's like coming in, giving the weather, some news reports, playing some songs. Like he was just the filler. He didn't have his own show yet. So it was like, oh, my boy, like, look, a podcaster made it. Like it's nice to see like an independent podcaster, taking his love for radio and that, and becoming going from podcasting to radio. So hats off to him.
Yeah, it's a different beast. I mean, the radio show that I did, it was an online one, so essentially it was just a live podcast. But again, the guy that actually ran the show, he basically said to me, just keep it professional, no swearing. I know it basically said no swearing, and it's just like, just keep it to what we're discussing, don't try and veer off too much. So yeah, it was, I can go for a spell without swearing, but the thing is, I know that every now and again it can slip out, so I have to be very careful. I mean, I even said to you when we did the live show last week, I said to you, can I swear? And you said, it's fine, just be careful with what you say. And I was just like, oh, yeah, okay, I'll be careful. I can put that professional hat on, but yeah, I much prefer podcasting. I did miss you mainly, so that's why I came back.
Yay! But yes, it was that I have them. I have to send you the link to them. I have them downloaded, and they will be put up here. It's a special that we did with the Indie Pods United. It was the Indie Pods Summit, independent podcasters coming together to support, learn from us, and it was the second year. It was a great thing. I did a show, private event, because it's two events. There's the live and the paid event. The paid event had like podcasters talking about how to grow your podcast, how to monetize your podcast, a whole bunch of great stuff. And there was actually a journalist there who does video game journalism.
Yeah,
and he was talking about Lucas. He was talking about journalism and all that. So he had his show on. It was great, and we did a live show. It was our first, technically our first live Feel Better show, and we're probably going to be doing more. I'm going to try and get us on some more conventions, at least virtual conventions. And I would love to be able. I can't wait till I travel, because I'm bringing the Roadcaster, baby, and we're doing a live in-person show. But yeah. So there's that. So if you want to hear the special that we did with for the Indie Pods, you guys can check that out. It should be on the feed around probably soon. It's probably already on the feed. If not, it's going to be after this episode. But I also did a presentation on monetization. So if you're interested in that, it's going to be on the Invest in Yourself, the podcast series feed that you guys can find by just going to @podcaster feel better on Instagram and checking out all my feeds. Anyways, okay, enough promo.
Enough plugs.
Aaron, I have an early Christmas gift for you.
Yes.
What's going on?
I knew it now. I'm not stupid at all. And
I kind of
at the beginning. Sorry,
I kind of figured something like this could actually backfire, or this could be like a complete thing, or it could complete backfire. But regardless, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm seriously happy. I mean, it could have gone. I could have been like, oh, for fuck's sake, not this guy. No, but yeah, I knew it was coming. I absolutely knew it was coming, and I knew that you was back. So, but yeah, I'm really happy, man. How you been?
I'm doing all right, man. How you been? I've been following you a lot on TikTok, man.
Yes, yeah, I've been making some movie themed videos on TikTok, and then I just gave up, and I'm just going to do some funny ones as well. So yeah, I do enjoy TikTok, but
the main thing you want to maybe jump in is do those stitches like you've been doing, but also there's always a new dance craze every few months or so. You should really jump into that.
Yeah, I can't dance, but I mean I could give it a go, but it's
there you
probably
go, man.
Be more embarrassing than it would be funny or interesting, but I'll have to do it. Yeah.
All right, how you doing, Phil?
I'm doing awesome, Al. I'm so happy you're here.
Oh my god, you look great in that baby blue shirt and
Thank you.
Jesus,
Right?
wow.
Brings
Trying.
out his eyes.
It's like springtime in the dead of winter or the beginning
Oh,
of
you
winter.
stop it, you flirt, you. This is why I pay you the big dollars. Um,
Hey,
as
I
long as
don't
you.
get paid. What's going on?
I need
Al
to I
doesn't.
need to I need to make some money, so you know what I mean? So
If that's how you want to earn it, Al, then
Oh, pardon me. So, yes, guys, if you don't realize, we have Al back on the podcast. He's here. He was here last week. Yes, he was a special guest last week. Aaron, you're right. Obviously, trying to throw you off, but I can't apparently hold a
we're,
secret.
we're gonna have to figure something else out. So
Another
I
surprise.
was I was really thinking going above and beyond and wearing a mask or something. But
Like a mess.
I literally just came home too, so I'm just like, okay, so
Should have just wore the mask because of COVID. That would have been just as much.
and I have so many like
Lying
use
around.
like yeah, like, anyways, yeah.
All right, guys. A movie that's coming out in like in 2 weeks, right? Or like a week and a half nearly.
yeah,
Spider-Man No Way Home. Right? I'm getting it right, Aaron? I'm not messing
yes,
up
it
again.
is. It is No Way Home.
It's No Way
Yes,
Home. We have confirmed William Dafoe, um, Alfred Molina,
yes.
Jamie Foxx, Thomas Church, the Churchill? Is his name?
I think it's
Hayden
Tom
Church.
and yeah, some Hayden Church or something like that. Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
he is confirmed. We know the lizard's in it because of promo. So we know we
Mhm.
have a Sinister Six.
Yeah, but I
Um,
don't think Reese Ifans has been. I
no,
don't
we
think
don't
he's
know
up.
if it's the actor, but we know the lizard's there, so it couldn't be
Yeah, the
completely
lizard. Yeah.
CGI'd.
Hmm.
To
It could
to
be a
be
complete,
honest, you don't really need him,
yeah.
but I'm
No,
not
but
being,
you don't really need Thomas Hayden Church either, really.
And I don't think
yeah.
I don't know if he's in it because you don't see any scenes with him being physically in non-corporeal scene.
Probably
Yeah.
he's just a cameo for the most part, but
Yeah,
he's a good actor. I'm just not, I
Yeah,
yeah,
wouldn't
you
have,
know.
yeah. So
So
yeah.
and then
For those villains, you don't really see their face. They're not
yeah, they're
important,
not the
really,
prime
are they? Like
villains
if
in
they said
the.
Jake Gyllenhaal, yeah, I mean you could have Mysterio in this movie without Jake Gyllenhaal because you don't need to see his face.
Yeah,
So that's just what I'm saying. Is who cares?
but at the same time, who cares? But at the same time, if you look at it, the big three villains in the Spider-Man world is kind of like Electro, Doc Ock, and the Green Goblin. Like
Yeah.
apart from Kingpin, but he's not in the league. You can't put him in this type of movie because he's just a weird mismatch. But like, and we know William Dafoe, iconic actor, Alfred Molina, iconic actor, Jamie Foxx, incredible actor.
Yes.
Those guys have been released, so I think those will be the three main type villains that we're going to deal with mostly in human form, while the other ones will just be either computer generated and that.
Well, they're the three that we've seen the most in all the promo stuff.
Yeah.
Like the stuff, even though I'm trying my hardest to ignore it, they were in the trailers. They're on posters.
Yeah,
I know they did a sit down interview a few days ago, which I've not watched, but I know the best thing from that is Alfred Molina basically went, "I'm just doing this for the money."
yeah, it
Whereas-
was a hilarious scene. Oh my
well,
god!
Yeah.
he's not wrong. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Let's
yeah,
be
exactly.
real.
Yeah, he
Like,
does.
yeah,
He,
it's like
yeah,
it's stupid Marvel money. They're like, we will pay you $10 million. Yeah, sure. How many? 3 days? Yeah, okay, $10 million over 3 days. Sure.
yeah.
Or like
I'd do
100
it.
million, or I don't know what they're being freaking paid, but or back end deals. Like they probably all have a 0.01% back end deal on the streams and all that, and the release in the theaters.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they're probably still getting paid from their last movies. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But anyways, okay. So we know there's that. There's theorized that Tobey Maguire and Alfred Andrew Garfield are coming back, but there's been no physical evidence in it. That leaked or unleaked. I'm just saying there's no official word.
No, there's I agree. I sniggered because
I feel so sorry for Andrew Garfield. He's
Well,
promoting other
Yeah.
movies, and it's
Yeah.
constantly, so are you
Yes.
in Spider-Man? Are you in Spider-Man? And Tobey Maguire, he's sitting back going,
Well, he's MIA right now. He's like
Yeah.
in hiding, right? Because
Yeah,
I
because he
haven't
doesn't have
seen.
to promote anything. He does what he
No.
wants. He's a bad boy.
Yeah,
And then you have Toby Maguire. You have Tom Holland going. Yeah, of course I'm in Spider-Man. He's like, I'm in it. Like I'm the
Yeah.
only one. So he's like, I'm cool. And it's
Yeah.
like I can't spill any beans except for when he did the trailer reaction.
Mhm.
Wait, where are the?
yeah, good work, Tom. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not his first rodeo when it comes to spoiling Marvel movies, though, is it?
I think right now he's got it under control that he's using it as his thing, like to make people more hype because they're like, oh shit, what are we missing from this, or what are we missing from that? You know, like
every word that he says gets dissected. So I
yeah,
can imagine he originally he was messing up, and then he kind of does it now, like you say, because he knows he can, and it will be funny. So
yeah. For him, it's a joke. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
let's see what I can do to blaze the internet, you know, and it's just building more and more gravitas towards whatever he's
Like
doing.
I don't necessarily follow certain celebrities, but because of my extreme interest to the Spider-Man movie, I have followed Tom Holland on Twitter and on Instagram just to see if there's any sort of kind of like
The only person Al is following is him. He's like,
that, I'm not gonna
no one else.
lie, like I literally when the first trailer dropped, I literally just I'm gonna follow him and just if hopefully he messes up and I can catch it and he'll give me some sort of sign and something. But
All of a sudden, yeah, Al, this is the sign.
yeah, there you go.
Oh my god!
But
I could just imagine Al sitting there looking at his Twitter with a tinfoil hat on, just staring.
you're not far from it. I'm literally like either sitting here on my desk or just vegging on my couch because ever since the trailer came out, I'm just like looking at anything. Well, anything Marvel related, of
Yeah.
course, but because I'm super stoked about what this movie could possibly be, like I'm like really just like digging to like find it's pretty sad and it's like because again we're literally what two about less than 2 weeks away from the movie being released.
Yeah, we're like 9 days away. We're
There
like
you
nine
go.
days away.
So there you go. Like I'm still eager to just like figure this out, like to like beforehand, like crack the code before actually watching this movie. You know what I mean? So yes, I'm one of those people now.
Well, Aaron, you were telling me that you have tickets for the Friday morning showing.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And you as well, Al?
I got not for the Friday. Unfortunately I only got tickets for the Sunday morning. So I gotta have to not. Well, I'm gonna be busy that weekend, so it's not too
Yeah.
bad. But again, I'm probably gonna be just like logging out of
Social
Facebook or
media,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, just because But it won't phase me regardless if I read a spoiler or something. I'm still gonna watch it. Like I paid for the ticket, but
You
again,
have no choice now.
I
You're
had no
going.
choice. But again, I do like Endgame. I really want to get in there like fresh.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult to avoid anything. Like Al said, I'm not going to be. It's not going to ruin the movie if I hear any spoilers. I think it's just the fact now that we've come so far to have it spoiled at that last hurdle. That's the more upsetting thing for me.
Yeah.
Because it actually comes out on Wednesday here. I'm not sure when in Canada.
No, it's coming out on the front. So you're gonna have it a day or 2 days
Oh my
before,
god! I won't be able to watch anything.
which I'm jealous.
I can't go on Wednesday or Thursday. I could go at night because my wife works and she gets home quite late, but she's off on Friday, so I'm gonna go Friday morning. But those 2 days are gonna be tough because just you can't go on TikTok, you can't go on Instagram, you can't go on Facebook, you can't go on Twitter, you can't go anywhere without accidentally getting a spoiler. You can't even go on YouTube now because someone will put a thumbnail up that will spoil it. And because we're all nerds, we have these preferences. So as soon as you go onto YouTube, Spider-Man, it will be there. So it's going to be a tough 2 days. I'm kind of regretting now not getting a ticket for the Wednesday, but the main reason I could have gone Wednesday night, but there's not a lot of seats spare. And with COVID still, I'm not I'm still not 100% going to the cinema, but I have to for this.
Yeah, this is
So
a risk, a life risk that is okay.
yeah,
It's not the smart play, but it's an okay play.
it has to be done. But I'm going to go Friday morning, quite an early showing, and the seat that I've picked is over at the side, so I'll kind of be like this.
Yeah,
But
you're
it's
gonna
a
make
seat.
sure that you.
It's a seat on its own, so I'm going with that. And yeah, 2 days is going to be a long time.
Okay, so I want to talk theories. What do you think happens? We know. Oh yeah, I forgot to say the Doctor Strange is in it. So we know Doctor
Yes,
Strange.
yeah.
We have the Green Goblin, Doc Ock, the Lizard, Sandman, Electro. Am I missing anybody?
Well, spoilers. If you haven't, have you guys watched Venom?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so like theoretically, if you saw the end credits, he saw Peter. So
Yeah, he was in the Marvel universe.
I'm assuming Venom will have to be in it one way or the other.
And
That
there
cameo.
was a leaked photo of Tom Hardy wearing a No Way Home crew baseball cap. So with that and the end of Venom,
Yeah,
it's
because he could possibly be the sixth kind, because you're looking at a Sinister Six type of
Yeah.
group. You're looking maybe at him being the sixth kind of member, but
Mm.
he's also an anti-villain, so I don't know necessarily how this plays out. I do have a wild theory though, like because I'm 97% sure that Garfield and Maguire are gonna be in it, but
Mhm.
I'm thinking like 3%. If let's say they're not, I think a possibility of having like a Venom and Spider-Man team up against, I guess, the five of them could be a possibility. Uh,
Yeah.
so just mark that down if I'm right. Like you guys owe me dinner type of thing. But
That would be insane. That would
yeah.
be insane.
But
Well, there.
I'm pretty sure Andrew and Toby are gonna be in it. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying there's a possibility that MCU and Sony are gonna be like F you. It's just gonna be the Tom Holland show. You know what I mean? Like, but
Well, here's the thing. Um, from we already know we're getting 3 more Spider-Man movies. That's been announced. If I'm spoiling that for people, it's been a while. And there's rumors that that is going to be dealing with him in university or off in college, depending on where they're going, which could be the Venom, arc. You know, because Brock's going to be there. You know, you can bring in a more adult oriented audience. You know, because they're growing up with this character. So it could be interesting. Maybe Eddie Brock moves to New York, works for the Bugle, right? In this new universe, right? Because he's now been brought over, and it allows you to have this like kind of like the Sony Spider-Verse area, or what could happen is they take Garfield or Maguire if they want over into the the Venomverse.
Mm.
That could happen as well. Or that when Venom goes back, that he could find out they could have 2 Spider-Man. They find out there's more than one other Spider-Man, and in Venom's verse, he goes after that Spider-Man. Like that's a possibility, and it's not Tom Holland at all. We could have 2 Spider-Man on our hands.
well, look, I don't think if that's the case, I don't think Garfield or Maguire would turn that down with that MCU money. So like,
Yeah, it would be.
let's just be real. You know what I mean?
Here's my question about everything, because I don't know if you guys heard as well. I know early on there was talks about Charlie Cox being in Spider-Man No Way Home as Daredevil, or at least Jack Murdoch, right? It's Jack Murdoch.
Matt Murdock.
Matt Murdoch. Sorry, Jack was his dad. Kevin Feige recently announced that it is confirmed that he is in this. He is going to be Daredevil going forward. Now, we know for a fact that their contract it goes first Daredevil, then I think it's Jessica Jones, then the other guys fall in suit. So, do we start seeing like because we know Frank Castle can only be played by John Berthenol. Like he is Frank Castle. There's no one else. Just like Hugh Jackman is the Wolverine. Like the next guy will be fine, but he won't be Wolverine. Like there's been multiple. Like we had Thomas Jane, who wasn't a bad Punisher, but the story was just crap. And then you had I can't remember the second guy who was just forgettable. But you also had Dolph Lundgren
Dolph Lundgren.
early
Yeah,
in.
I have that cassette of the original '80s Punisher somewhere, and I just remember being so campy and so Dolph Lundgren like Drago
Yeah,
as
it was
Punisher
bad. Oh my god.
with the horrible accent. Well, he's trying to be an American. It's like, come on, but
I've not seen that one.
oh,
I really
go
want to
see,
see it, but I've
go
not
see
got
it,
to it.
man. It's like good, but it's like
It's so
it's
bad it's
whole,
good.
yeah, but it's like you're just gonna cringe a lot too with just the acting alone. So, but it's a typical '80s superhero esque movie, but
I will watch it. But yeah,
it's it's B rated. I'll tell you that B rated.
Not sure what that means, but oh yeah, it's
Bad.
so it's bad. It's bad. It's good. So do you think we see Charlie Cox? Like they're using Charlie Cox
Yes.
to throw off that Toby and Maguire and Andrew are in the film? Do you think
Yes.
that's what he's doing?
Yeah, it's the speculation all this time has been focusing on Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, but there was also the little kind of mini theory that Charlie Cox was in this movie. And for Kevin Feige to release that news so close to the release of this movie, saying, "Oh, by the way, Charlie Cox is our Daredevil. He signed on. He is now in the MCU." I think that may be a way of diverting some of the attention away from the whole Spider-Man theories, and kind of going, "Oh, Charlie Cox is definitely our Daredevil and he's going to be in the MCU. Remember when you thought he was going to be in No Way Home?" So I think he's definitely going to be in No Way Home. It may not be more than 5 minutes. It could be very fleeting, but he's 100% in this movie. I can guarantee. I can't guarantee it, but I guarantee.
Would you eat your bat for for the guarantee?
I guarantee it, 100%.
There we go.
That Charlie Cox is in this movie, and plus I've just been rewatching Daredevil, and I fucking love Charlie Cox, and it is criminal that he's not already in the MCU proper, So
But here's a great thing because of the whole fact that the multiverse is real, as we hear Tom Holland said, the multiverse is real. I love that gift. That gift is like just the gift that keeps on giving. But maybe we start seeing. Do we start seeing people pour in over? Like, is that like maybe the Spider-Man? They're living an everyday life. They don't know that they have to be Spider-Man, or maybe they show up and Peter has to fight them. Do you think we'll get the iconic Spider-Man?
Oh, it's like something like the Spider-Verse or something in regards to
like Peter's like we have Tom Holland going off swinging,
yeah.
going to fight like the Green Goblin or something, and then all of a sudden Andrew Garfield Spider-Man like shows up and goes, "What the hell?" And then then you have Tobey Maguire just show up going, "What the hell?" They're all trying to fight this one person, and they're like, then they end up fighting each other because they think that each other are bad versions of each other or bad guys or impersonators. Do you think we have that? Or do you think we have this like moment where Doctor Strange is like, "I brought friends"? And then you get this like iconic.
I can't imagine that it'll be a case of them seeing each other and thinking, "Who the fuck are you?" and just going for the kill. It'll be more a case of, like you say, they'll be like, "What's going on?" They're gonna have to do that gif. They have to do it in some way, even if it's not exactly like that. They're gonna have some kind of reference to that because it would be wrong not to. And the way that the MCU is, they would do something like that, even if it's just a throwaway little funny thing. They will reference that. They have to. But I don't think it will be an immediate case of them fighting. It's going to be more along the lines of, like you say, I've bought some friends, or they just happen to be in the same situation and they all just kind of point to each other. It's got to be something so simple.
You think it's more of a cameo-esque type of, or you think they're going to be there on a significant amount of time throughout the movie?
I think they're
It
gonna
has to be cameo. I don't think they have the money to put behind. I think it's at the final battle they show up.
they're going to be integral to the story, and I think there may be sort of in the shadows for at least the first half of the movie before you have to bring them in, because they're
Well, here's the
definitely.
continue. Sorry,
I
Aaron.
was just going to say they're definitely in that fight scene where Tom
On
Holland's
the
Spider-Man's.
statue of
Yeah,
the Statue of Liberty.
but I've heard people say that may not be the final scene, because Marvel very rarely release
It's true.
videos of the final battle fight sequences. There's always something beyond that. They're
true.
definitely in that, but I don't think that's going to be towards the end of the movie. That's going to be maybe 2/3 of the way in, and then they go forward, because they have to. They can't just do a battle sequence with those three Spider-Man and then the other two just go away. They have to have a story arc in there where they go back to their own universes as well. So they're going to be kind of in the shadows at least halfway through the movie, and then they're going to be in it for the rest of it. It's not going to be a, oh, hi, look at us, and then they're gone.
Well, here's the thing, so Spider-Man, we know this is how the movie is apparently going to go through. Spider-Man is outed because it takes place right after Mysterio outs him on the Daily Bugle. And then Spider-Man has to deal with all that stuff. And then all of a sudden something happens that he clears his name, or he goes see Strange. He's able to go see Strange, right? He messes up Strange's spell. And then that's going to probably start the second half of the movie. Because that's going to be the point of the second half. The second act happens at that point. So the first point is dealing with the aftermath of Mysterio. The second is him going, okay, everybody's forgotten who I am. And then strange things happen. Then what's the turn? Like, we don't know we know there's a point where we've seen Spider-Man, Tom Holland, kissing Zendaya when he's all battled up and bruised after a battle. We know there's a battle in front of an apartment complex with the Green Goblin. I'm spoiling shit for you, aren't I, Aaron?
No, I've yeah.
I'm like completely forgotten that. I'm like,
no, it's fine. I know that.
Like, where are you in terms of the knowledge or the trailer?
That's the thing. I don't know, because I have seen. I'm trying to ignore as much as I can, but you can only, like I said earlier, you can only go so far without spoiling it for yourself. So I know that Green Goblin's in this movie, and I know there's going to be fight scenes. So whatever you just said, it's not spoiling it for me. I think I've even seen a clip, or I've seen a picture of William Dafoe's face close up where he's all like this, and it's the worst picture ever, and he's got a kind of hood up, and it's not a good picture, but I know enough to know that that's going to happen. So you've not spoiled anything, so don't
do we think anybody dies?
Well, the theory right now is like because at the end of spoiler, Aaron, if you haven't seen
I've seen her fall,
okay, but you saw the fall, right?
Mm.
The theory is maybe she like follows her death like Gwen Stacy in the second Spider-Man movie with Andrew Garfield. There's another theory that maybe Andrew Garfield will be the one to save her, just kind of redemption type of thing. But I don't know anybody that would probably die. Maybe the closest theory wise would maybe be Zendaya if they decide to, or to, pull the trigger or whatever. But yeah, I can't think of anybody else. I don't think it'd be like Ned, the best friend, or Aunt May, or whoever else. Like the villains probably, or at least like sent back to like wherever. But I don't. I don't know.
So you're thinking if anybody's dying, it's going to be MJ.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna put 40%.
Okay, so you think no one's going to die? No main cast is going to die?
I don't think main cast is going to die per se. Like I can't think of anybody, to be honest with you.
Okay.
No, I can't imagine they're going to kill off any of these characters. The only one that springs to mind that could die is Doc Ock, because You know, he's done it before, so why not just do it again?
Let's
for a
kill.
laugh?
Let's pay him and kill him again.
Yeah.
He's the gift that keeps on giving.
That's it. Yeah, I can't imagine anyone. I don't think Zendaya will die. Ned, no. Tom Holland, definitely not. He's just signed a new fat contract, so that's definitely not going to happen. Thanks, Tom Holland.
Look, he says he says he might retire, whatever, or beyond the age of 30, whatever, blah blah blah. If MCU's paying Tom Holland to be Spider-Man for like millions of dollars, you might as well just have him do it till he's 50.
Yeah, exactly. He can be the old guy Spider-Man leading Miles Morales forward. So
there you go. But
Do you
the
think
guy looks like he doesn't age too? So
No,
it looks
this
like
kid-
he's gonna
like
be
me. Yeah, it's just like me.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna have an unpopular opinion. I think we get someone heavy dies.
Well, it's not Doctor Strange because he has his own movie coming.
Yeah,
out.
no, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not Tom Holland. It's not Ned. It's not one of his like Flash Thompson or anybody like that. It's not MJ. I think it's Aunt May.
Not Marissa Tomei. She's so hot.
Yeah, no, that's criminal. But
It
yeah,
is.
go on.
My cousin
There's-
Vinny. Come on.
Not debating any of these factors, people. Jeez. But from the source material, after Civil War, Aunt May does die. Because
Do they really need to
King
follow
Clint-
Do they really need to follow the comic book?
Yeah,
Well, here's the
they
thing.
haven't done so far. So
But here's the thing. It's possible that
Yeah.
that is what is more of a hit home because we didn't get the Uncle Ben scene. Oh,
happy.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so.
I was kind of thinking that too with Happy, but I personally don't think so because I feel like he is kind of like the arc. Well, of course, he is the
He's the
Godfather.
new Phil Coulson. He's the new
Yeah,
Phil
he's a
Coulson.
Phil
Yeah,
Coulson.
no.
I think you need him as the arc to like weave through the MCU, especially that Tony Stark isn't around. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
I-
again, he's the Godfather. He directed Iron Man, the first Iron Man. So
He
he's
ain't going
basically-
anywhere.
No.
Yeah,
Like
I just-
Disney and MCU, but maybe you could be right. I'm not.
I just think out of all of those people, he's the most expendable. Really,
Not Happy, not
Yeah.
Aunt May. God dang it! Like if you guys jinx me, if one of those two do die, I'm just gonna come back here.
or
with,
maybe they
like-
both die in each other's arms because they're lovers.
No, that's
and
not
they-
happening. They're not doing
Yeah.
that. They need a poignant death.
I
death.
didn't mind
one.
them like dating kind of in the second one. To be honest with you, I was happy that like Happy was getting some. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean?
Okay, guys. So we've gone over what we think happens in this movie. We thought people who may or may not die. Final thoughts,
just in general.
just in general.
Do
Do you think this will be the best Spider-Man movie? Or are they doing too much?
it's villain overload is still a thing, and this isn't just villain overload, it's hero overload as well. But I mean, you look at Endgame and what that did with all of the heroes, but for some reason that felt right. But when it comes to Spider-Man, it's a very
But here's
it's a
the
very
thing.
fine line.
Yeah.
This is going to be a great movie. I'm not doubting that. It's going to do for Spider-Man what Endgame did for Avengers, but I wouldn't say it's going to be the best Spider-Man movie. I mean, I can't guarantee that. It could be. It could blow us all away, but I don't see it going that way because there's so much expectation at this point. If every single one of those expectations are not met, people are going to be pissed.
Okay.
For right or wrong reasons, I don't know. I will get over it, but it's not going to
You're a
ruin my
big boy.
life.
You can get over it.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think it'd be fucking hilarious if Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are not in this movie. It would piss off everyone, and I just think that's really funny.
You're an asshole. You're a troll.
yeah,
I
I mean,
love it.
I'd be like, oh no, but I'm not gonna be really upset about it. But there's a lot riding on this movie, and they need to get it right, and it's gonna be very hard for them to do that and please everyone, and that's not gonna happen at all. But it's still gonna be. I'm gonna enjoy it. I know I'm gonna enjoy it, but a lot of people are gonna be upset.
Okay. Al.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of rooting for Toby and Andrew to not be in the movie just to see people's like reaction online. Because I'm gonna be reading these comments and just scrolling through. But I'm pretty confident they're in it. I don't. Like you said, Aaron. I don't think it has the same impact like with Endgames. Only because Endgames it was basically a 10-year arc. You're talking about a movie and a character that spans about two movies in this MCU kind of universe. I think it's not going to break records either. Like for people to say that this is going to be like taking back the number one spot for the total like highest grossing movie of all time from Avatar, you're kidding yourself. It's not going to be anywhere close to it. I don't think. But I think for the most part is I think it'll be if it turns out to be at least better than the last like the other two Spider-Man home movies, I'll take it. You know, I recently redid my MCU kind of like top movies. So I would like to maybe put Spider-Man No Way Home in at least above the middle of the pack for the most part. But my expectations it's not as high as it was when I was like expecting for Endgame, but I am still stoked and excited, and I'm most likely gonna see it like maybe another 2 or 3 times just to kind of grasp everything.
Yeah,
But I just I'm just thinking more of like if the expectations are shot down because people are expecting a lot of things from it and they don't deliver. Like I just want to hear people just rant. I think that's more entertainment for me like people even just the little things like like you said like Charlie Cox like Matt Murdock not being in it. I know people are gonna freak out, you know what I
yeah.
mean? So it's just because it's all this expectations, right? But
I'd,
also
I'd,
too I'm
I'd be
thinking,
more upset if Charlie Cox is not in it than if Toby and Andrew aren't. I'd be more upset about that.
to be honest with you, if there's something that is in this movie that's like completely like left field. Like let's say I'm just theorizing, but if by because of course of all this talk about Miles Morales and let's in theory, let's say he makes a cameo as well and Gwen Stacy and all these other characters, like I'd freak out and I'd be like, whoa, that'd be cool. But I think expectations is up keeping it at a minimal and hoping to go in there kind of like really like oh my god like end game style type of thing but for the most part I'm excited. I'm excited.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Phil Better Show. I am, of course, your host, Phil Better. He who is just finishing his DJ Overflow, one of the original hosts of the show. And then also we got Aaron Talks Film, the pop culture expert. I hope you enjoyed this. I said, I hope you enjoyed this. Wow, I need to get some food into me. I hope you
Coffee.
enjoyed this coffee. Yeah, no, boo. I hope you enjoyed this, ladies and gentlemen. Remember to stay hydrated. Aaron, what do we usually say when we end?
I've forgotten. I don't.
You have
You
one
guys,
job.
you guys have an ending, like saying
Well,
something,
he has one.
closure?
He has a sign off. You never
Oh, you
wanted
know
a
it?
sign off.
um, and if I
Please.
don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Truman
Thank you
Show.
very much. Bye.